They say fame is fleeting, but some names never vanish. They echo through time, haunted by the weight of what could have been. Her name echoes through time, a true Hollywood legend. More than just a movie star, she became a global phenomenon, an enduring icon. Her image captivated millions, that blonde hair, the dazzling smile, a voice like a whisper. She defined an era of glamour, but this was only one side of her story. Few knew the depths of her hidden struggles. Beneath the shimmering surface, a profound sadness resided. Fame brought immense adoration, but happiness remained elusive. Her death shocked the world. August 5, 1962. It was a sudden, tragic end, a luminous career extinguished too soon. In the spring of 1962, Marilyn embarked on a new project. The film was titled, Something's Got to Give. 20th Century Fox, the studio, had high hopes. This film was meant to be a significant comeback for her, a chance to shine brightly once more on the silver screen. She, too, felt the pressure to deliver a stellar performance. However, the production was plagued with difficulties from the outset. Marilyn was frequently absent from the set, often for days. She cited recurring illnesses. Chronic sinusitis was a common complaint. Exhaustion, both physical and mental, also took its toll. The studio executives grew increasingly impatient. Delays began to mount steadily. Production costs started to soar. The pressure on Marilyn became almost unbearable during this period. The situation reached a dramatic breaking point in June 1962. Marilyn was officially fired from Something's Got to Give. The studio publicly accused her of breach of contract. This dismissal was a profound public humiliation for the star. Her illustrious career suddenly appeared to be in serious jeopardy. This professional crisis added yet another layer to her fragile emotional state. Earlier that same year, in 1962, Marilyn achieved a personal milestone. She purchased her very first home, a significant step. It was a charming, hacienda-style house in Brentwood, Los Angeles, located at 12,305 Fifth Helena Drive, a quiet, residential street. She expressed immense pride in this accomplishment, this new beginning. It represented a sense of permanence, a stability she deeply craved. She affectionately referred to it as her little fortress, a place where she hoped to find peace and sanctuary. She threw herself into decorating her new abode. She carefully selected furniture. She chose art and ornaments. Many items were imported from Mexico, reflecting her personal taste. She hoped this house would become a true haven. Yet, even within these freshly painted walls, loneliness often found her. The old familiar ache of isolation persisted despite the new surroundings. Friends and close acquaintances described her as increasingly isolated. Despite her worldwide fame, genuine, deep connections were scarce. Her recent divorce from playwright Arthur Miller still cast a shadow. She longed for unconditional acceptance, for genuine, lasting affection. The new house was a powerful symbol of her independence, but at times it also felt overwhelmingly empty and quiet, a reminder of what was missing in her life. Her new home held so much promise, but it ultimately could not fill the profound void she felt deep inside. Marilyn Monroe's life was often entangled with powerful men of influence, men of status, men in the public eye. None were more prominent than President John F. Kennedy and his younger brother, Attorney General Robert F. Kennedy. Persistent rumors of romantic affairs with both brothers were widespread. These alleged connections added a dangerous layer of intrigue to her life, and inevitably to the circumstances surrounding her untimely death. The whispers were constant, the speculation intense. Her unforgettable performance at Madison Square Garden was a key moment. She sang "Happy Birthday, Mr. President" to JFK in May 1962, It was a sultry, iconic rendition, broadcast to the nation. This appearance only fueled the already rampant speculation about their relationship. The Kennedys were America's most powerful political dynasty. Such close associations could and often did prove perilous. There were increasing reports that Marilyn felt used by the brothers, that she felt discarded once their interest waned, or became inconvenient. She allegedly kept detailed diaries, sometimes referred to as Little Red Diaries. These diaries, it was rumored, might contain sensitive, compromising information about her relationships with them, and perhaps their political dealings. Some believed these diaries posed a significant threat, a threat to powerful individuals, a threat to carefully crafted public images. The Kennedy connection casts a long, undeniable shadow over her final days. Section 5. The Final Hours. August 4th and 5th, 1962. Saturday, August 4th, 1962, was Marilyn Monroe's last full day alive. Accounts of her activities and her mood on this day vary significantly. Some said she seemed hopeful, even cheerful. She was reportedly making plans for the future. She had a telephone conversation with Joe DiMaggio Jr. He later stated that she sounded perfectly fine, not distressed, not depressed. This painted a picture of a woman far from suicidal. However, other reports suggest a different reality. They described her as deeply depressed and anxious. Her psychiatrist, Dr. Ralph Greenson, saw her that afternoon. He later said she was upset. He had tried to calm her. Her housekeeper, Eunice Murray, was present at the Brentwood house. Peter Lawford, actor and brother-in-law to the Kennedys, also spoke to her. He called her by phone that evening. He became very alarmed. He said she sounded heavily drugged. Her speech was slurred and incoherent. Lawford grew increasingly concerned after their disturbing conversation. He tried to reach her again by phone, but he was unsuccessful. He then called several other people. He asked them to check on her. Sometime in the very early hours of Sunday, August 5th, Marilyn Monroe was found dead. According to Mrs. Murray, she noticed a light under Marilyn's bedroom door. Marilyn was discovered unresponsive, lying in her bed. Section 6. The official verdict, probable suicide. The Los Angeles County Coroner's Office launched an immediate investigation. An autopsy was performed to determine the cause of Marilyn's death. The official finding was declared shortly thereafter: acute barbiturate poisoning. The death was formally termed a probable suicide. Empty pill bottles were reportedly found by her bedside table. These bottles had contained Nembutal and chloral hydrate, powerful sedatives. The narrative seemed straightforward: a troubled star takes her own life. This was the story presented to a shocked and grieving world. The world mourned the loss of its brightest star. Headlines around the globe screamed the tragic, unbelievable news: Marilyn Monroe, dead at the young age of 36. The idea of suicide seemed plausible to many people at the time. She had a well-documented history of depression and emotional struggles. She had reportedly made previous overdose attempts, though some were disputed. Her life was known to be turbulent, full of highs and deep lows. The probable suicide verdict seemed to fit this narrative. However, the word probable in the official verdict was significant. It subtly suggested a degree of uncertainty, a lack of absolute proof. Section 7. Shadows of Doubt, Missing Pieces. The official narrative of Marilyn Monroe's death soon came under intense scrutiny. Numerous inconsistencies and contradictions began to emerge, casting long shadows. The timeline of events as provided by key witnesses appeared to shift. Housekeeper Eunice Murray and psychiatrist Dr. Ralph Greenson were central figures. Their initial accounts given to the police reportedly differed from later statements. These discrepancies in their stories raised serious suspicions. Why did their recollections of that critical night seem to change? What were they hiding or protecting? There were also disturbing reports of unusual activity around Marilyn's house. This activity occurred on the night of August 4th and early August 5th. Some neighbors reported seeing mysterious cars in the quiet street, unfamiliar vehicles, unexplained comings and goings in the late hours. A few even claimed to have seen Robert F. Kennedy at the house that day or evening. The ambulance company that responded to the scene also gave conflicting accounts. Their logs and statements about when they were called were inconsistent. And what they actually found upon arrival was also disputed. Most crucially, Marilyn's detailed telephone records for that night went missing. These records could have provided invaluable objective evidence. They could have confirmed exactly who she spoke to in her final hours. They might have shed light on her true state of mind. Their inexplicable disappearance fueled widespread theories of a deliberate cover-up. Someone powerful, it was suggested, might have had a vested interest. An interest in ensuring those calls remained hidden from public knowledge. The missing records became a gaping hole in the investigation. Section 8. Theories and speculation, unanswered questions. Given the many inconsistencies and unanswered questions, various theories emerged. Theories attempting to explain Marilyn Monroe's tragic and mysterious death. Accidental overdose remained a persistent possibility for some. Perhaps she had simply taken more pills than she intended, seeking sleep or oblivion from her troubles, not necessarily death. Her tolerance for barbiturates was known to be dangerously high. A tragic miscalculation in a moment of distress was plausible. This offered a less sinister, though still heartbreaking, explanation. However, the theory of murder quickly gained considerable traction. Some people became convinced that she was deliberately silenced, perhaps because of her alleged affairs with John and Robert Kennedy, or because of what she might have known about them or their associates. Her rumored little red diary, supposedly filled with explosive secrets, became a focal point. Did this diary truly exist? Was it ever found? What did it contain? These questions fueled speculation that she was eliminated to protect powerful interests. Section 9. An enduring enigma, the legacy of Marilyn. More than 60 years have passed since her untimely death, yet Marilyn Monroe remains a potent and enduring global icon. Her image is instantly recognizable, copied, celebrated, debated. Her films are still watched by new generations, her talent appreciated. Her complex life story continues to fascinate millions around the world. But the deeply unsettling circumstances of her death cast a permanent shadow. A shadow that stretches across her memory and her legacy. It is an inescapable part of who she became in public consciousness. The profound mystery surrounding her final days has become integral to her legend. It has spawned countless books, investigative articles, and documentaries. Each new work attempts to unravel the tangled truth of August 5, 1962. Yet a single, definitive, universally accepted answer remains out of reach. The questions persist with undiminished intensity. The doubts stubbornly linger. Was it suicide? Was it an accident? Or was it something far darker? The debate continues, fueled by conflicting evidence and endless speculation. Her death is a puzzle that may never be fully solved. Thank you for watching The Secrets She Carried. Marilyn Monroe, Part 3, The Final Days, brought to you by Softbound. If this story moved you, or made you think twice, we'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow along as we uncover more echoes from the past.